Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching, and welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Percy the Park Keeper, and it is Percy's friend, the Hedgehog. My friend the Hedgehog. There are two things you get to know very quickly about the hedgehog. The first thing is that he is a lovely little chap, and the second thing is that he is a worrier. He worries about all sorts of things. Loud noises, being left out, and perhaps most of all, he worries about his prickles. He thinks they might put people off. That's why he's always careful to say sorry if he jabs someone accidentally. His friend the badger keeps an eye on him, and he gets on well with the mole. He has a secret wish to fly like a bird, and he just loves balloons. But that's another story. Not far from my hut, there is an apple tree. In the autumn, when the apples are ripe, they sometimes drop to the ground before I can pick them. One day, as I was having my lunch break, the hedgehog came to see me. "I've bought you an apple," he said. "Could you take it off my head, please?" The hedgehog really likes parties, but paper hats are not much good for a prickly head. And flying. He may not be able to fly, but he loves to watch others who can. The hedgehog doesn't like having an itchy back. He can never find anyone to scratch it for him. And being left out, but there is usually a way for him to join in. One day, when I was out on one of my favourite walks, I came across the hedgehog right on the edge of the park. He looked a little bit upset to me. He told me that someone had got cross with him when he had bumped into them and accidentally prickled them. He had decided to go exploring. He said he might be away exploring for quite a long time. I suggested that it might be better to go exploring after a sandwich at my hut. He said he'd like that. He only had pine cones tied up in his explorer's bundle. I've got a lot of pictures in my photo album. A windy autumn day, not the hedgehog's favourite kind of weather. I'm not sure if the hedgehog thought these were relations, or if he just likes conkers. Here are some I took of my good friend, the hedgehog. The hedgehog is very good at drawing pictures. He showed the fox how to do colouring without going over the edge. The fox said he liked going over the edge. At first, I thought this was a cactus. Then I realised someone had got stuck in a flower pot. Have you ever made a snow animal? I once made a snow hedgehog. My little friend was very excited to see a hedgehog that was nearly as big as me. He asked me how much he would have to eat to grow up to be as big as my snow hedgehog. "Would it be as much as the fox eats when he comes over for a picnic?" he said. I told him I liked him the size he was. The hedgehog's tail. I'm in trouble with one of the ducks. I'm afraid she backed into my spines. If you really must know where I jabbed her, it was just over there by those pines. She wasn't too pleased, and she said so. She said that I should watch where I went. I don't suppose it matters to her that 3 of my spines are all bent. I sometimes wish I was different. I get so fed up with these prickles. I wish I had lovely soft feathers and a long furry tail that just tickles. But my friend Percy always says, I like your spines just as they are, all pointy and spiky. Do you know, little hedgehog, I think you're really A star. Favourite places. When I asked the hedgehog to tell me some of his favourite places, he just said, up in the air. I wasn't sure what he meant, and he couldn't stop to explain because he was late for an important meeting with the mole and Tootie. I can only think that up in the air is where he would like to be. I know he'd love to be able to fly like a bird, and he has wonderful dreams where he has flying races with a couple of seagull friends. One of his favourite places would be anywhere there is a swing. I don't think I know anyone who likes to swing more than the hedgehog. It must feel a bit like flying. He needs a bit of help to get on, but then, if you see what I mean, he's off. The higher the better, he says. I think that's brave for a warrior. Of course, the hedgehog loves his home in the treehouse. He lives at the bottom of the tree, but often he'll go visiting higher up. You might even catch him up there, swinging in his hammock. Here is my friend the hedgehog, relaxing with a lollipop. I wonder where he got it. I also wonder who left a paintbrush halfway up an oak tree. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.